That's right. Get ready to test your geography knowledge because we're talking about World Guesser.
Okay, so for anyone who hasn't yet been sucked into the world of endlessly clicking through Google Street View, let's start with the basics. What exactly is World Guesser?
So, in a nutshell, it's this free online game where you're plopped into a random location, like right in the middle of the Google Street View panorama. And your challenge, if you choose to accept it, is to figure out where on Earth you are.
So basically, you're like a digital detective, piecing together clues from the environment.
Exactly. You're scanning for any hints. Are there mountains in the distance? What kind of cars are people driving? Does the language on that shop sign look familiar?
Right. It says on the World Guesser website, it's a free geography game where you virtually explore your surroundings to pinpoint your location on a world map. But is it really exploration if you're, well, just staring at your screen?
That's a fair point, but I think the beauty of World Guesser is that it replicates a lot of what we do when we explore in real life. Think about it. You're dropped into a new city. Maybe you don't speak the language. You've never seen this type of architecture before. You're using your senses, picking up on those visual cues, and trying to make sense of your surroundings. And that's essentially what World Guesser challenges you to do just in a virtual setting.
So you're saying that even though you're not physically present, you still have to engage with the environment, observe the details, and use your knowledge to figure out where you are.
Precisely. You're not just memorizing capitals and countries from a textbook. You're actually applying that knowledge, using context clues to navigate a virtual world.
Okay, so walk us through a typical round of World Guesser. What are we actually seeing on the screen, and how do we make our guesses?
Sure, so you're presented with this 360-degree view, and you can navigate through it just like you would on Google Street View. You can zoom in and out, look all around you, even move down the road to get a different perspective. And based on everything you observe, you have to pinpoint your location on a world map.
So it's not just about knowing the Eiffel Tower is in Paris. It's about recognizing, say, the Parisian street signs, the architecture, maybe even the cars.
Exactly. It's those subtle details that really make a difference. And the closer your guess is to the actual location, the more points you earn.
And I've noticed that there's a lot of, shall we say, shorthand online when people talk about World Guess WG, GeoGuessr. Why so many abbreviations?
I think it speaks to how quickly World Guesser has permeated, like the online gaming world. It's become this cultural phenomenon, almost like its own language. And within those communities, using abbreviations, it can be a way to simplify things, to show you're in the know.
It creates a sense of belonging.
Absolutely, like you're part of this global community of virtual explorers.
And it's more than just a game, right? I mean, the World Guesser website, they really emphasize that learn through play aspect.
Oh, absolutely. And there's actually a growing body of research that shows how experiential learning, the kind of learning that happens when you're actively engaged and immersed in an activity, like it can be way more effective than just passively absorbing information.
It's like the difference between reading about the Amazon rainforest and actually, well, not actually being there, but at least virtually experiencing it through World Guesser.
Exactly. You're not just learning facts, you're building connections, creating mental maps. And that makes the learning so much stickier.
It's interesting. This all makes you realize how much we absorb just by observing our surroundings, even virtually. And it's kind of incredible. We can essentially travel the world, explore different cultures, all from our couches. And on top of that, it's actually FUN to learn geography this way.
It really is. It taps into our innate curiosity about the world, that desire to explore and discover new places. It's like we're all explorers at heart, right?
It makes you wonder, though, how does a game, seemingly so simple, manage to capture the vastness and the incredible diversity of our entire planet?
It really is something to ponder, isn't it? How can a collection of images, even incredibly detailed ones, evoke that feeling of actually being present in these places? From the bustling streets of Tokyo to the serene landscapes of Iceland.
It's a good question, and it's one we'll leave you to ponder on your next virtual adventure.